If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place.
Force by 2025. They will outspace earnings of baby boomers in less than 10 years. Smartphones and tablets are the argument settlers and fact checkers for every conversation. Get more insights on African millennials on Africa Business Radio towards a profitable Africa.
That's cool on the beat.
So just like last week when we had Adedotun on the African Millennial Radio Show, it was raining, and today again it's raining. So I think Adedotun was the person that Pop Smoke was referring to when
Magic Fashek when he said turn down the rain.
Yeah, when it rains it pours.
When it rains it pours.
All right, guys, welcome to the African Millennial Radio Show. It's Tommy Wale on Africa Business Radio, and we are having the second part of our conversation with Adedotun Adekanmbi on global distributions and African creatives. And last week we had a good foundation, right, discovering so many parts that we needed to dig into. Like, wow, 30 minutes was just too short for this. And at some point during the break last year, you know what, Dotun, you're going to get back into the studio next week to have more technical conversations on how you can really get your things out there and at least make a living for yourself while writing your 16 bars or cooking the beats up to make good artwork. So Dotun, how now? How's your week?
Tommy Wale, I mean, my week was great. The weekend, let's say the weekend, because the weekend fell into today, which is Wednesday.
Right.
And I mean, my birthday was last week as well.
Oh, yes, happy birthday. I mean, Dotun's birthday was last week Friday, so his birthday was a TGIF kind of a thing.
Oh, yeah, it was.
The producer is looking like, what is happening here? I wasn't invited. Well, it was fun though. I think I attended, I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
I think I attended that, but it was really fun, man. Thanks for the invitation. Yeah. And thank God for life.
I mean,
2020 can have a face, but then we have a way of masking it up and giving it the makeup we want.
You know,
exactly. It can't be giving us what we're supposed to have. All right, and so, guys, let me run a quick what's it called? Is it a quick
recap?
No, not recap. I want to just let people know a bit about you again, so they don't just think, because some people might be listening to this for the first time and not listening to the other one. So Adedotun Adekanmbi has a vast experience in media, marketing, and corporate communication strategies. A graduate of international law at the prestigious Babcock University, Adedotun has worked and delivered top-level campaigns through different digital and media platforms for brand and multinational organizations alike. Presently, he acts as the editorial music and digital associates for Trace Anglophone West Africa. So he has, I mean, if you look at that, so short, but so many things said in it. Studying international law on its own has a whole lot of things going on. Now talk about being in entertainment and then being in that position with the multinational. Dotun, you're really working, man.
I'm doing the best I can.
So we said that, okay, guys, you have your thing, you've done your work, right? Now you have that beautiful track, it's fire. You have that beautiful song, and the lady has this beautiful tune that she just introduced to her music, and then she's hoping that the world just gets to like it. People around her streets, her areas, her friends, everywhere around are already saying, man, I love that sound, it should go wild and everything. Sorry, did I say the story about the lady who a friend of mine met on a train in UK?
No, I'm not sure you did.
So let me say that story. It was about Santi, right? Or the Alte music?
Yeah.
I said the story.
I think you mentioned it, but it was off air. It was
off air. So let me tell the story. A friend of mine said he was going in a train somewhere in another part of UK, and then he saw this very white lady. She looked like the countryside, lady, freckles, everything, multicolored, stripes, patterned, with the boots and everything, and just had her earphones on.
That's so stereotypical.
Striking herself into I'll be taking strides into the train, and then just sat down. So my friend said he heard some things playing in her earphones. I was like, hey, that sounds like Alte music. So they say hi, and then they got talking, and realized that she was actually listening to Santi and Odunsi. I was like, what's happening here? So they got talking, and then she now started telling him a whole lot more about
Santi and Odunsi,
Alte music. The guys that
so the genre itself. She was saying all of that. So he said they had the conversation back and forth for about an hour, through the ride. And then I asked the question. I said, "But do you know Wizkid and Davido?" She said no, she's never heard of them before. Right, so what that thing told me is your immediate environment could have the popular people, but then there are some people who could still listen to your craft somewhere. When Bayo Kelawa was here, he said that there are some people who actually place orders from countries like Czech Republic, for example, right, just because they want to buy orange culture. So Dotun, there's the internet. There's this person who has this fine tune, right? Do you mind telling us about the technical things they need to understand? Right. If it's in beats, you mentioned something about Joe Boy, and the way, the beats he does. I mean, the way he sings and does it 2 minutes, and I just want to put it on repeat. These technical things, they actually make them get their attention, get higher clicks, right? And of course, get some parts of the world going for them. So, I mean, firstly, I think having a fire sound has to do with like the kind of sound that is acceptable, not just to your surrounding, but generally it's a sound that you feel that if I put this song out, people in the Netherlands, people in Amsterdam, people in Australia would have a feel of the music. Do you understand? Normally, music transcends all borders, but you can't sing Shaku Shaku and expect it to, cross over to that side. I mean, some people might like it, but if you gone in for like a wider audience, you wouldn't get it with that kind of music. Do you understand? So, firstly, with the example that you made about Santi and Odunsi, Alte seems to be like the genre that is not really acceptable in Nigeria to the mass. Do you understand? I'll say we that listen to Alte are like the upper echelon.
So to say, the farming people.
Do you understand?
Not farming. It's not farming people.
No, not for farming people. Yeah,
it's upper echelon.
It's upper echelon.
Don't mind me, please.
So I mean, the kind of music we consume is totally like from different genres. You want to listen to the music, you want to listen to the rhythm, not just the beat. Do you get my point? So, and I think that's the way the Western world itself consumes music.
Right.
Do you get? So it's a replica of what they are doing in the Western world that Alte is bringing to Nigeria. Do you get? So now, their music has a very viable way of living in that particular region than in Nigeria, because Nigerians just want to listen to Mangolo and rest. Tomorrow we'll come again, listen to Mangolo. So I mean, firstly, when you have the material, which they already did, the second thing is to look for ways to promote yourself. Then also there are elements to the song that really gets you in a particular set of mood. Like I mentioned the last time when I was on air, there's something called BPM that most music professionals know about. A lot of people don't know about it, but they feel it. That's the funniest thing. You just listen to music because you want to consume music, but you don't know the technicalities that go into like music. So for someone like Joe Boy, transcending borders for him has to do with repeat value, call and response. There's something called call and response. So call and response is essentially if I was saying something like
you say,
or something like when Jaru did "Woo like the dogs are woo," do you get? So that's call and response. Trust me, man. I want to partake in the music itself when I'm listening to it. Then also BPM has to do with replay value, has to do with how short it is. You grab. So when a song or a music is short, and it's sweet, you won't know when you listen to it over like 17 times. And trust me, man, you've added to that person's streaming money in one way or the other in 17 times. But I want to ask a question. Do you think there's a genius way to make the short thing just talked about longer? Because every morning I listen to Diamonds from Sierra Leone. Yeah. That's Kanye West and Jay-Z. Now, the song just has 2 verses. Right, Kanye West part. And what I saw, Kanye West actually had a message, right, for himself, talking about the contrast in him wearing diamonds and then sweating, as in working hard to get the diamond. But then there's some people on the other side who are working hard and never get the diamond. Right. Then Jay-Z now came to talk about the fact that, see, he's all about the hustle and then nobody's giving him any chance. He's creating the chance himself. And that's where I think that was where he brought the iconic line, I'm not a businessman, I'm a business. You know, let me handle my business. Right. So
shout out to HOV though.
you get what I'm saying? So look at that song now. It's quite long, but then it has that repeat. So does a song have to be 2 minutes to get that?
No, so essentially there are different things that you look out for in songs. Okay. You get like for an artist like Jay-Z. Yeah. You know that the brand identity is for him to speak and to educate with his music. Yeah. Do you understand? Same thing for Kanye. Yeah. Same thing for if you listen to let me see
J. Cole.
Yeah. Do you understand? J. Cole is a storyteller. Yeah. Do you get? So rappers, essentially the way you look at rappers, you don't look at rappers like, I want it to be short and sweet. Okay. You want to listen. You want to digest what they have to say. Okay. Do you understand? So you want to be able to break down the song, break down into lyrics, break down into things that relate to you. Right. And what you can learn from it. Do you understand? So people like Jay, people like Kanye, people like Cole, people like Kendrick, guys like that already have a pattern, and it's with their brand identity. You know that if I'm a rapper and I broke out doing some deep rap, really deep down in this rap culture thing, I know that what I give my people to listen to, if it's short, if it's long, people are going to listen to it. Yeah. Do you understand? I mean, it's the same thing with Dave, Santan Dave from the UK. Dave has a track on his last album called Leslie. Okay. If you listen to Leslie, you can listen to Leslie for like 5 times or 7 times, and the track is about 10 minutes long or something. Okay, I was about to even talk about the R&B guys of the 2000s, and those tracks were long. Yeah. But then you can actually put them on repeat. Yeah. But so, if you look at Nigeria, do you think that there's a dearth of lyrical content in our music? Okay, so now it's not just about for Nigerians right now. It's for the globe to receive it. Yeah. Because I'm just what I'm trying to drive at is I hope it's not laziness. So it's not laziness. Do you understand that it's making it 2 minutes? Or is it just a type to make it 2 minutes long? Okay. To get do you understand what I'm saying? Because there's ideally 10 minutes, some 2 minutes. Yeah. Right. So is it that you are being lazy, or is just a type? It's a type of way to push it. Then also, I feel. Sorry, someone just like no problem. Walked in. So it's a type of. So essentially, firstly, let's draw back to the genre of music. Okay. When you talk about Afrobeats, do you understand? Afrobeats is about music, stringing different instruments together to create enjoyable sounds. Yep. Do you understand? So, really and truly, I think people always look at people that sing Afrobeats with, the general public looks at people that sing Afrobeats with, there's this guy, you don't have content, we're just listening to the beat. Which, I mean, is right, to be honest, because Africans, man, were known for playing a whole lot of instruments. Do you understand? So the genre of music creates a space for you to just do things. Do you understand? So it gives you the space to do. Hip hop didn't start from Nigeria. Hip hop didn't start from Africa. Hip hop came over from there, then we adapted it here. Yeah. Do you understand? So if guys in the UK, in the US are doing hip hop, or they're doing rock and roll and whatnot, the genre creates the kind of content that comes out. And the timing, I understand that. And the timing of a track. Yeah. Hip hop, hip hop is rap. Hip hop, you really want to digest in total, like, what's she saying, what's he saying? And that's where I want to come in. Same thing with grime, same thing with drill in the UK. Yeah. Those guys are storytellers. Right. You can never listen to a grime artist and it won't tell you about holding knives, running up on his gang members, do you understand? Doing so you get essentially, man, the genre that you are. So you can't actually do that in 2 minutes. Actually. You can't do that in 2 minutes, especially when you have somebody like a P Prime, a Rexy, a lyric or this thing give you like some nice sweet beats that do you understand? So you really want to just get it over with and try and get your
Afro music, the beautiful thing about it is the beats you move to.
Yeah,
not necessarily the lyrical content.
Yeah, not necessarily.
Right. So understand why there's a particular. I mean, someone said
that's why
a gun to your head. What song will you sing? And the person said Joro.
Yes. Now
there's no lyric. There's no lyrics.
It's really simple.
It's just the vibes and everything.
It's just vibes. Vibes. Wow. So for Nigerians, man, I think we've been able to hack that code of. Do 2-minute songs because really and truly, man, we know that our attention span, the human attention span generally it has reduced from what it used to be before because technology is out here now. So if it was the age where people were reading physical books, do you understand? There was much attention span because you had to read to assimilate to understand. But there are a lot of things going on right now. There's technology everywhere. There's your iPhone, there's your iPad, there's your Samsung phone, there are different things. If you're not reading a tabloid, you're probably on another blog doing something. If you're not doing that, you're on a Zoom call. So our attention span is really divided. Do you understand? So in order for you to be able to enjoy the music that you want, I think the person creating that music needs to
do something. It's true, actually, because I could remember then. I mean, I don't know, Mickey, can you remember when you put a cassette in the radio player and then you're listening to a particular radio station?
Yeah.
So once they want to play that maybe R. Kelly song, you just hit play and record chap.
Yeah.
Right, quickly. So your attention is really on the radio. There's nothing else distracting you. But then nowadays, there are so many things distracting you. The beat just has to pull your attention out and everything. And then, okay. That's some insight. All right, guys, let's have a short break and then we'll now come back into concluding, how to now make your song be locally acceptable and at the same time make the guys who have different genre of music or their life listen to what you have to offer also and you can make some money. Let's have a short break and I'll be back.
Alrighty.
You're listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available on podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa. You're listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available on podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.
That's cool on the beat.
All right, man. Dotun, thank you so much. I mean, that was some interesting foundation laying that we had earlier. Now, for that person who has now listened, right, has understood, okay, I'm an Afrobeat artist, right? I have...
I mean, disclaimer though, you shouldn't limit yourself to like...
Afrobeat,
do you understand? Okay. Like, you shouldn't also limit yourself to the creativity that you have within you. Do you understand? So, me giving you the benchmark of you're an Afrobeat artist, I mean, the lyrics is not really what people want to listen to because people already understand the genre, which is about sounds and rhythm and beats. Do you understand? But at the same time, give us sweet lyrics that goes with this thing. You get? So we're all feeling happy.
Okay, I like that. I like that. So now this person has now come to you, right? We've established the fact that different people listen to different sounds from different places, and then I have to push out my own ingenuity also, right? So how do I now balance this? Now I'm sitting across the table at Rota Free, right? Dotun, how can I get this thing going? I need at least 1 million streams in a month.
Okay, so first, I think you need to understand the market. Do you understand? We are Root Africa. We understand the market. The music professionals understand the market. Market in Nigeria is totally different from what it is in the Western world, because right here we're trying to build the system. Yeah. Do you understand? There was no system in place. In the Western world, there's a system already put in place. All you need to do is plug and play, bam, bam, do your promotions. But in Nigeria, man, if you want 1 million streams, you need to put all your resources into the angles where you could get 1 million streams. We've established the fact last podcast that most Nigerians don't stream. Do you understand? If you're not making big numbers, Baba, you're not making streaming money. So when I mean big numbers, I mean people like them David, people like Wiz, people like Bonner. Those are the people making big numbers in Nigeria. They practically like own 98% or 95% of streaming revenue, the big streaming revenues in Nigeria. You understand? All other artists are just because we like you, man. So also I mentioned something earlier that because you have the number 1 song on Apple Music doesn't mean you have the number 1 song in the country. Okay. Do you understand? Baba, if you enter streets right now, people they jamo piper if no be you. Do you understand? With Mayokun. The song they bang for streets. But if you do online now, if you go on Apple Music now, maybe Fem is number 1 right now, maybe if no be is number 2. I mean, those guys are doing offline, online and strictly all these Alaba promotions, all these things, street DJs and all that. They are doing that simultaneously. So an example is when Omale was number 1 in Nigeria. I mean, before on Apple Music rather, before you could get to like probably number 1 in Nigeria, the mass market itself, you will sweat, because people on the street at the time that like the album was out for like 4 weeks, people on the street didn't know that.
I buy Bad Boy Teams.
Do you understand? Yeah, Bad Boy Teams now is not getting street cred. Because in Nigeria, firstly, you need to have street cred as an artist. Do you understand? It doesn't mean you necessarily have to be in the streets, be a hooligan or try to, but people, the masses need to know.
Unless someone enter Keke and then your music is
yes, do you understand? Like, see when Amali came out, before it was Pasuma's sticker that we used to see on Danfo. Bam, we don't start to see the Amali sticker on Danfo.
That's a huge statement.
Do you understand? That's a huge statement. And his song was still topping charts on Apple Music in countries. Do you grab? So, I mean, firstly, for an independent artist, you need 1 million streams. Firstly, you're not going to get 1 million streams. Forget that one first. Okay. People need to start gravitating to your music first. Okay. So how do they do that? You need to switch. You already understand the Nigerian market that people don't stream music that much. So you need to switch focus from Nigeria. Do market research of how many people use Apple Music daily in the US or in maybe Canada, North America, in Europe. How many people use Apple Music? What are the daily users of Apple Music? How many playlists can I get if I put my music out? Do you understand? So you begin to target regions that people really stream music. Do you grab? And if you have the content, trust me, man, to playlist, it won't be hard for you. Do you get? So you start getting playlists on all these DSPs in regions that people over there will stream my music continuously. So for instance, if I'm in Nigeria now and maybe I have a good record, I feel, let me put budget to it. How do I go about it? Doing promotions. Firstly, you need to do playlisting. Playlisting is really important. Some people have argued before in the past that playlisting just does a little bit, helps you, or maybe just people don't really. Trust me, man, playlisting helps, especially if it's not in your region. I'm not telling you to get that you shouldn't even get playlisting in Hot Nigeria. You can get in Hot Nigeria 100 or Hot Nigeria 50 or probably simple. Look at playlisting in Europe, in Amsterdam,
playlisting like
Paris.
Saturday morning. So
on Apple Music, except from the top 100 Nigeria and all that, you get playlists like Alte Vibes. You get playlists like you get playlists like R&B with daily like thousands of subscribers, thousands of daily users that listen to that playlist. So if you can get yourself playlisting, first of all, you've conquered in the Western world, in the Western region rather. Do you understand? So if you get a playlist that is predominant in maybe US, definitely you know that yes, my song they playlist of like 20 songs. This playlist get over like 20,000 subscribers with the listen to every day on Spotify, Apple Music, AudioMac, different places like that. If you get those ones, trust me, man, you might be looking at your goal. It will cost you money. But I mean, if you have a target, you might meet the target or get close to the target. Depends on how your content is consumable too. So for someone like Santi, you know, Santi is actually signed on an international manager. Actually, his manager manages Black 6 Lakh.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, he knows the terrains over there, so it was easy for Santi's music to cross into that place for a country woman to start listening to that record.
That was it.
Do you understand? Yeah. So that was trust me, that was it.
Right.
Playlisting into that particular region. Then also, if you're doing promotions online, I mean, you should target areas that you know that people are streaming music in that area. So, for example, if I'm doing Facebook is like the biggest market to run promotions. Do you understand? So if you do a promotion, target audience. There are parameters that you can choose. Target this particular area, do my promotions, put my fan link there. If the content is nice, people will come and stream your music. You don't really have to necessarily just focus on getting the masses in Nigeria. If you get the masses, you'll be getting your shows in Nigeria. And also you'll be getting your streaming money in US once you do targeted ads. Do you understand? So when you capture people, you do retargeted ads again. Retargeting. So once you get those ones, but trust me, man, you've conquered a part of promotions that most people don't even look into. Because if you look at the big artists making the big numbers, all these record labels offer them, the big record labels offer them is what? I will amplify your music to a wider audience in the UK, in the US. That's why Davido's Fall was on radio for how many weeks in the US? Do you understand?
It was labeled a year now.
Did you get?
Fall was huge.
Yeah, it was huge. It was huge. Fall came out a year before he started even making, or a year or 2 years before he started making huge waves on American radio. Did you get? So there's a whole lot that goes into this, and it boils down to your promotion plan.
So guys, you know what? Just go on Twitter.
Go on Twitter. We'll continue this conversation.
Of Lagos.
No, on Twitter is Adedotun.
Sorry.
Adedotvn.
So ADEDOTVN.
Yeah.
Right. Bombard is his timeline is mentioned.
I mean, we do promotions on Root Africa, man.
Do everything. It would really help you out. And then on Instagram it's Dotun of Lagos. I mean, Dotun, thank you very much for coming on the African Millennial Radio Show this afternoon.
Thank you.
These two sessions are really hot. I think that it's something that anybody who is trying to get their talents out there should listen to over and over and over again religiously, you know, to at least make that global recognition possible, and then of course make the cheddar. All right, guys. Thank you very much for being part of another edition of the episode of the African Millennial Radio Show. Right. And don't forget to go on Africa Business Radio. GetUping.com to take the African Millennial reports survey, and then don't forget to go on Africa Business Radio to listen to other versions of the African Millennial Radio Show. So GetUping.com to take the Millennial Survey, Africa Business Radio to listen to other editions. It's on Spotify, it's on Apple Podcast, it's on Google Podcast. It's everywhere, right? Listen to this thing and share. You know, don't share as much as you want to. My producer is laughing at me. I don't know why. Mickey Jagger, thank you very much for always, making this thing look so smooth and so cool. All right, guys, make sure you have a very wonderful afternoon. Please don't go out on the flooded streets. Stay safe. Use a face mask. Keep your distance. You don't have to go for that appointment if
it's not necessary.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying, right? All right, guys, have a wonderful afternoon. Bye for now.